In Lesson 22 of your Friendly Chemistry course, you will begin introducing stoichiometry to your students. Now, before you begin any part of the lesson, we suggest you do this activity first with your students. The supplies that you'll need for this activity are the ingredients to make s'mores. So you'll need some marshmallows, graham crackers, and then chocolate bars. In addition to the demonstration that you do using these supplies to make s'mores, we strongly recommend that you go ahead and allow your students to cook some s'mores. So for that, you'll need a heat source. A candle works just fine. You can support the candle by dripping some wax down the bottom of a cup, or you can fill a cup with sand or rocks to support your candle, and then use a fork or a skewer of some type to toast your marshmallow, and then fix your s'more treat using the marshmallows, using the graham crackers and the chocolate bar there. Let's take a look now at the activity that you'll want to do first with your students before making the s'mores. So before you start any part of the actual lesson with the text, gather your students around a table or your desk and show them these items here. Tell them that these items represent part of a chemical reaction. To make it look more like a chemical reaction, go ahead and put in some symbols here. We'll put a plus there and a plus there, and we're going to draw our arrow now in this direction right there. Right? I'll let you peek inside here. You can see that we've got a chocolate bar inside our s'more right there. Okay? Now your students right away will think, these look like the ingredients to make s'mores, and tell them yes, that you will make s'mores momentarily. But let's take a look at our reaction here first. Right? Now, let's take these objects here and we're going to rewrite them into a chemical reaction here. So we have graham crackers, chocolate bar, marshmallow, and a s'mores. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that we have some GC as one element, and then we have a chocolate bar here. So we're going to call that big C, little b. And then marshmallow, we'll say the symbol for marshmallow is a M. And then this goes to make a s'mores, and we're just going to call it a SMZ there, our s'mores. Now the next step is to look at the number of moles of each that it takes to make this true, accurate reaction here, this true recipe for s'mores. If we look, we see that there are 2 graham crackers, 1 chocolate bar, 1 marshmallow makes 1 s'more. So our balanced true reaction here, accurate reaction, is that 2 graham crackers mixed with 1 chocolate bar and 1 marshmallow react to produce 1 s'more. Now here comes the stoichiometry part, and you don't even have to mention the word stoichiometry yet, but just ask them, say, suppose we had 4 graham crackers and enough chocolate bars and enough marshmallows, how many s'mores could we make if we have double the amount of graham crackers here? Well, hopefully your students will say, well, if we've got twice as many graham crackers and enough of these 2 items here, we should be able to make twice as many s'mores over here. Alright? And point out to them, they were looking at the ratio here between the number of graham crackers it takes to make a s'more over here. Tell them, well, you said it requires 2 graham crackers for every 1 s'more, and write down that ratio. It takes 2 graham crackers for every 1 s'more you can make. So if you double the amount of graham crackers, you should get twice as many s'mores over here. So if you double it, that becomes 4 graham crackers, and that'll produce 2 s'mores based on our balanced reaction here, which is our recipe to make a s'mores. Right? Then vary this a little bit. Say, well, what if I have 3 chocolate bars here? I'll leave that in. What if I have 3 chocolate bars here? Okay? If I have 3 chocolate bars and enough graham crackers and enough marshmallows on hand, how many s'mores could I make? Have them again, look at the ratio of each of the parts here. It takes 1 chocolate bar to make a s'more here. If you have 3 chocolate bars to make a s'more, available to make s'mores, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, you should be able to make 3 s'mores. So 3 chocolate bars, if we have a 1-to-1 ratio, 3 chocolate bars should produce 3 s'mores here on the product side. Okay? So this is your introduction to stoichiometry here. Tell them now what you'll do next. Instead of having these imaginary elements here, these imaginary compounds, okay, we're going to substitute actual chemicals in here and have reactions here that we can then predict the amount of product we could make based upon known amounts of ingredients. Okay, so they will predict amounts of products based upon known amounts of ingredients. At this point, you can do is break with your students and prepare their s'mores, and then as they're cooking their s'mores, again, you can talk about any evidence of chemical changes or physical changes in the marshmallow as they cook it, and then as they partake of their s'mores, you might ask them about, well, do they expect any chemical changes inside their bodies once they eat the s'mores? And then you can move into the text portion of the lesson together there. So this is the s'mores activity which introduces stoichiometry to your students in lesson 22. Enjoy your time with your students.